Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa Namaste, Ora Karuna Swarpaya, Radha Krishna Prasaya. Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa Namaste, Ora Karuna Swarpaya, Radha Krishna Prasaya. Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Mahaya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Mahaya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Mahaya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Mahaya. Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Mahaya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Mahaya. Haribol, Itagor, Haribol. Radha Krishna Mahaya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Mahaya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasudeva Bhattavrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasudeva Bhattavrinda. Madana Mohana. Everybody sing. Madana Mohana. Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama. Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama. Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama. Paramahamsa. Haribol, Jai Gurudev. Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa Naminehi, Gora Karuna Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Prasayate. Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa Naminehi, Gora Karuna Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Prasayate. Haribol, Jai Gurudev.
Haribol Namaste. So when Advaita Acharya offered worship, so Lord Krishna can come to this world to be able to take care and bring back the living entities who are in ignorance, who are blinded by lust, and who are engaged just simply in performing activities that is not beneficial for them. So it's about materialism and the force that drives one to engage in activities that is not healthy or wholesome for his well-being is a disconnection between the pleasure of God. So I'll read here activities of the devotees. And it's about offering obeisances unto the Lord. When you come to the temple, we have this idea that obeisances means simply bowing down. But if you look closely and try to internalize the message that is being given to us by the devotee of God, the spiritual master, and the desire of Lord Krishna, it is about offering our life, our love, in loving devotion. Ibig sabihin nun, it's not just you come to the temple, you follow the process, tapos akala nyo yung obeisances lang. It's deeper than just bowing down. It is about offering my life to God, giving my heart to God. Yun yung reason you chant the holy names. When you chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, you are actually praying, my dear Lord, please kindly engage me in your loving service. Yun ang reason kayo nagcha-chant. Kaya when you chant and dance, it comes spontaneously that you experience a connection between you and the Supreme Person. And then it gives you a connection within the core of your heart when you sing the holy names. So, ano yung nagpapalayo sa atin at wala tayo sa mundo ng yakap ng Supreme Person? It is when we are desire-driven, when our senses are unbridled, hindi natin kontrolado yung senses natin. Yung turbulent masyado yung, para bang nakakita kayo ng, have you seen yung washing machine? Pag naglagay kayo ng maliit na bangka doon, maliit na laruan, bangka, tapos ispin nyo, ano mangyayari? Di ba? So yun yung situation ng living entity who comes to this world. Because he will experience this drive by force. And that force is lust. It covers him, the mode of passion. Kaya yung senses niya unbridled, yung intelligence niya, it's covered, and it's in the dark, he's blinded. Even though he can see with his eyes, he has lost his spiritual sight. Nawala yung spiritual vision niya. So when you come in contact with this transcendental science that Sri Advaita Acharya prayed, so Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya comes to this world and introduced to us the purifying process that will connect our heart with the desire of the Supreme Person. It is the holy names of God. It has the power to purify our heart and our mind. So parang nandito rin kayo ngayon, nasa training kayo rito, you're training, and prior to coming here, hindi nyo alam pa paano, pwede pa lang, we can be directing our lives. And the direction is to be in harmony with the will of God. And obeisances, bowing down means you're offering your life to God. The Supreme Person is self-sufficient. Hindi niya kailangan tayo. Kasi siya yung source eh. He's self-sufficient. Ang kailangan natin, tayo, we need someone to protect us. Someone to relate to us. So the love that we have, that is inseparable from us, can be fulfilled, can be satisfied. And that is achievable when we chant the holy names of God. It is God Himself, the sound incarnation of God, non-different from God. Krsna, the spiritual world, is contained in the holy names of God. The spiritual master is contained in the holy names of God because Krsna is the source of all. And we should simply follow authorities. So an intelligent person, yung matalino, will listen from authorities. Authorities who are seer of truth, who are transcendental to this material this influence. They are not touched by this material world. Because all what you see here does not exist in the spiritual world. That world is the world of life, no matter. So the problem na we are facing here is the encumbrances, the covering of matter that has been our shackle, our imprisonment. So when you offer obeisances, you are entering a world na you're praying to God to free you from these shackles, from this imprisonment. Kasi hindi na nga kailangan tayo ilagay sa kulungan eh. Kasi material nature is very powerful. By the influence of the three modes, we're already in jail. Meaning, we are driven by the forces that is more powerful than us if we are in this material world. Like you have this body, you experience all the suffering that is connected with this body. So makikita nyo, ang hirap pala lumabas dito. So offering obeisances, bowing down to the Lord, is a way wherein you are communicating in prayerful mood, in humbleness, to follow the desire of the Supreme Person. To love Him. Our eternal world, loving the Supreme Person. Kaya lang, dahil sa tagal na natin sa kulungan, hindi na natin alam, nakakulong ka na ba matagal? Kaya nga, sa kulungan, may mga Bartolina eh. Alam niyo yung Bartolina? When somebody in jail, yung halimbawa, sa kulungan dyan, sa BJMP, pag yung isang person, uncontrollable na talaga, ginagawa niya, if he inflicts pain and disturb the prison house, he's put in this, what they call, a cell, na siya lang mag-isa. Everybody's already blind, in darkness. Pero siya, uncontrollable. So, lalagay siya dun. Okay? Kaya when you come to this training program, if you're not able to come to the point wherein you cannot wait, that it's not a high price to pay to be guided by authorities so you can succeed, then you are in the material world, then you are told to just go into oblivion, into darkness. Yun yung Bartolina sa material world. When you're not under the protection of Lord Krishna. Where there is light, there is no darkness. Where the holy names is being chanted, Krishna's there. But if you are not able to follow the instruction of the spiritual master to guide you to enter that door, the first step in the right direction is listening, hearing the wisdom. And then if you don't apply it, then what's the value? Okay. Anong value? Nakakakinig kayo ng turo para magtagumpay tayo, to be able to come to the point wherein we are offering our life, our whole being in loving service to the Supreme Person. Yun lang naman yung purpose eh. Kaya nakakaproblema tayo lahat when we are desire-driven, when our mind, our senses are unbridled, meaning hindi natin kontrolado. Because we are not really in the situation to control the senses and be very focused to follow the instruction of Lord Krishna. Because we are servants of our senses for so long. Kaya it's always, Maya is always, illusion is always there. The desires are all there. And then, the difference is that you can make a choice. You can become responsible to listen and follow the instruction of someone who loves you, who cares for you. So, Advaita Acharya is very compassionate. That's one quality of the spiritual master. He's very compassionate that he's seeing that this world, Krishna is lacking. Although it belongs to Krishna, but the chanting, the glorification, love for Krishna is not there. Everybody is desire-driven in darkness. Kaya dapat we listen carefully and apply the process. Para bang pag napunta ka sa situation, may sakit ka, pumunta ka sa ospital, the doctor gives you medication, take this antibiotic for 7 days because you have infection sa throat mo, take this carbostine para mawala yung inflammation sa chest mo, and antibiotic, and you take vitamin C and drink a lot of water and rest for 7 days. After taking this medication, your health will improve. Pero hindi mo man sinusunod. Inom, sigarilyo, wala kang gana, hindi mo ginagawa. Then yung disease na nandyan, hindi gumagaling. So your body's immune system begins to fight back, but the problem, it's not enough to contain yung sakit. Naintindihan nyo? Is it clear sa inyo? So when you come to this place, it is an opportunity when we say obeisances, meaning you are offering your life in prayerful mood to be tasting, experiencing a relationship of rendering service to God, making Him your friend. Yun yung process. If you don't follow this process and you just do what your senses, what your mind, your desires dictates, okay? Nakikita mo yun eh. And you just go and be swayed and be drowned in this dead world, nothing we can do. Tindihan niyo? Kasi time is very valuable. Time and tide waits for no man. So the opportunity that is given to you, if you don't take it, time moves so fast. Then, the opportunity is gone. So the spiritual master gives us guidance so we can see. That's why the spiritual master is considered a spiritual doctor. So you can be able to listen about this transcendental science through the funnel, imbudo ba, of your ear that touches your heart. Previously, the conditioning that we experience is all about material sense enjoyment. It's simply a scratching of the senses, following the dictates of the senses, guided by the mind, forced by the modes of passion. And then, what will happen? You'll be lost in this world. That's why Advaita Acharya, seeing the hopelessness of the living entities who are suffering in this material world, prayed Lord Chaitanya to come. So Lord Krishna will be the one to bring us back home. And the process is the Sankirtan movement, the chanting of the holy names. It's non-different from Krishna. It is the beginning, it will be the end itself. The holy names, the chanting of the holy name. That's why Lord Chaitanya, even our spiritual master is telling us, if you make an effort to follow the process that will help you, that is connected with the sacrifice activities, austerities in this age of Kali Yuga, the Sankirtan movement, then you will be guided by Krishna. Krishna will be taking charge, because when you chant the holy names, it's open your heart. You begin to experience, yes, I am separated from someone who I should be loving and serving. In the beginning, you don't have taste for that. You just simply want to become free from suffering. You're empty-hearted, you're sad, you're lonely, and you see this place is a mess. Sooner or later, I have to leave this place. Where will I go? And I want to be saved. I want to be happy. Gusto nyo maging masaya. Okay. But when you make progress, you begin to understand that what separates you, what makes you fearful, what makes you empty-hearted, what makes you lonely and unsatisfied and no security is a disconnection between your love, your life, in connection with pleasing God. Yun lang. At yung buhay natin sa mundo rito, a disconnection between your obeisances, offering your life, your love, rendering service, making friends with Lord Krishna, because He's there, who is your unconditional friend. Kaya lahat tayo rito naka-experience ng fearfulness, na worry tayo. Kaya nga, yung devotee, lahat ng tao takot ma-stress alam mo? Takot nagkaroon sa nervous breakdown. Mamatay ako, wala akong pagkain, wala. Okay? But the devotee, if he's fearful, it's natural for him, Krishna, please protect me. So he chants, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. He's protected. You're not touched by this word. And to experience that, you must experience that. You must offer obeisances to Lord Krishna. Meaning obeisances, not just bowing down, but rather a connection between your life, between your heart. He's coming down through the spiritual master, descending. So if you follow the process of chanting the holy names, your heart, the core of your heart will be touched by Lord Nityananda, and you feel that warmth and embrace. Yung mga tao takot na, paano yan? Puro takot. Everybody's fearful. But the devotee, when he has this fear, Krishna, protect me. Just like the resident of Vrindavan, King Indra sent Shambhartaka, clouds, all the clouds to inundate Vrindavan. And when they're feeling this pain, they're shivering with cold, and they know they're in harm's way because of the flood. What did they do? Krishna, protect us. And Krishna's promise is declared boldly to the world. My devotee will never perish. I will protect them. So his instruction, just surrender unto me and I'll protect you. What protection are we searching? It is a protection of fulfillment of the heart. So material life, even though you have everything materially, because it's a different energy from you, you're always fearful. That's why you experience anticipation. You're always worried, what if I cannot get it? Second, you're worried if you have it, you get it, you're afraid you're gonna lose it, mawawala sa'yo. And then when you lose it, you're in anxiety. So the devotee who offers obeisances to Lord Krishna, this turbulent world, he is simply transcendental to this world. If you identify yourself with this body, with this world, then naturally, you will experience the pain, the suffering, because your mind, your heart is in meditation of sensual enjoyment. You're identifying with the body, with a false ego, kaya you suffer. Kaya if you're experiencing suffering, fearfulness, you should be very happy. Why am I fearful? Okay? So now, our spiritual master tells us, Sri Krishna, Lord Krishna tells us, surrender unto me and I'll protect you. To those who are constantly devoted unto me, I give them the understanding by which they can come to me. When we speak about understanding, knowing the absoluteness that when Lord Krishna tells us, I will protect you. So what will you do? You chant, Krishna, please protect me. Engage me in devotional service. So that should be our focus, our life, not this material world. That's why Lord Chaitanya came here teaching us that the holy names of the Lord is the all in all. It is not different from Him. It's what you're looking for. It is your shelter. It is our protection because it's the cause of all causes. It is the self-sufficient Supreme Person. And when we offer obeisances, it points to something also. You bow down because you know you are not self-sufficient. You need someone to protect you. But in this case, with spiritual understanding, naintindihan mo na my life, my love should be under the care of that protection of rendering service to the Supreme Person. Kaya you transcend the mind, you transcend the intelligence, this material world, you transcend it because you're in harmony with your love, with your heart, in fullness, rendering service to the Lord. So the problems will be there. The body is the cause of suffering, this material world is changing, but you're very focused because you understand what is eternal and what will give you satisfaction and protection. Because you're not God, you're not self-sufficient, you need someone to protect you. And that protection is about experiencing Krishna's love. Because like in this world, when a mother loves a child, so what does a mother do? She engages in so many activities, like a baby, taking care of the baby. She wakes up in the morning, in the evening when the baby is born, almost a year, you're awake in the evening because the baby just cries. Wah! You have to feed the baby, you have to take care of that baby because the mother loves the baby. And then when the body gets older, the child goes to school, and sometimes when husband and wife, they are not really well off, they have to sacrifice, they have to be separated and work in other countries to help augment yung meager income ng family para you can go to school. So you can become independent in the future. So spiritual life is also like that. The spiritual master guides us so we can be dependent upon God. You know, through the process that will connect our heart, our happiness, and that is the chanting of the holy names. So if you are focused simply in chanting the holy name, you don't have time for anything else except Krishna. If you are not focused, if you are not in this transcendental world of devotional service, then you have problems because you will be desire-driven, you will be always in anxiety and fear. Takot ka parate. You have no foundation for security. Okay. Because you identify with this temporary body and the mind. Now, an intelligent person will follow and listen carefully to the instruction given to him by God. And that is based upon your absolute nature, that you are eternally the loving child of God, not of this world. You are not matter. And secondly, it is natural for us to render service, and that is what we should be engaging in. So obeisances means rendering service to God. Obeisances means I offer my life to God. That's why when you pray to God, when it's really pure, uncontaminated, it is simply rendering service as the end itself. But material life or material consideration or surrender that is contaminated by material consideration is when you surrender to God, you want something else. Okay? You want something. That's like the science is transcendental to religiosity. Religiosity means people, they engage in the faith they follow. Religiosity. Okay? Pious activities. To go to the heavenly kingdom, makaluwas. But it's beyond that. Because the science is completely a different world. Because you are a different energy from matter, so definitely the Supreme Person is transcendental to this material world. Like you are not your body, you're transcendental to this body. The body will die, the body will continually, all the elements will continually change, but you don't change. You don't change. Now, if you are stupid, you're a moron, and you don't take seriously your relationship with God, then you will be following your senses, the desire that is there, and then you throw away that protection, that shelter. Because you'll become helpless. You'll become a slave of your senses. That's why spiritual life means you must be able to hold your horses, to be a Goswami. Go means senses. Swami means control. To be able to offer obeisances and offer your life, your heart, everything to the service of God. That is what is lacking in this material world. Everybody is self-centered. They want to stay in this material world and perpetuate their existence in illusion. In illusion, they want to live eternally in the body. But that is futile. Because you're not the body. The body will die. Kaya you're always fearful. Kaya false ego means extended false ego. My son, my daughter. So if you're intelligent, you must know what is beneficial for you and for your loved ones. You must be with wisdom and you must apply the wisdom. What is the value of the wisdom if you don't apply it? Kaya Lord Adwaita is so much, He's very merciful. The spiritual master is very merciful. Because He knows, He sees how helpless we are, how helpless you are. And then Krishna, Lord Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya, when you chant the holy names, it's God's love and God's compassion that touches the core of your heart. You become free from all this material consideration. They themselves will be your protection from all the fear, all the loneliness, the emptiness, the insecurity you are experiencing when you are under the jurisdiction of this material energy, the three modes of material nature, Maya. Tindihan niya? So you must be very intelligent. So sometimes you come, the living entity, nandito kayo, sa presohan, ganun din. Yung mga tao na sa preso, iba lang kasi yung presohan. They go there kasi they did something. They have to pay. Kaya lang, pag sa presohan, may mga tao talagang nanggugulo. Like I was brought up in a place during high school, my friend, my classmate actually, his father is the superintendent of that big jail colony, 2,800 prisoners. Okay? It's a big place, 2,800 hectares almost. But the prison house is like a castle. All the prisoners are there. Okay? But my classmate is there. His father is there for years and years, decades. And the people are also there. But my classmate is free. He goes to school, you know. But those who are really hardcore, who don't listen, who makes it so they disturb the prison house, they're put in this Bartolina. I've seen this Bartolina. Yeah? It's this jailhouse, there's this hole, and there's this. You're put there in darkness. There for months. They just throw you, you shit there, you know, you wee-wee there, you're there. You don't see any light, you're just there. You don't know anymore, you're just there, experiencing the loneliness, the pain, okay, of darkness. So when you come to this process, you're given this opportunity. If you're making progress, you experience this gentleness of the heart. You begin to experience how you're being loved, how so many individuals who care for you. And then, how do you repay them? By spitting on their face? Duraan mo yung mukha nila? Intindihan mo? Intindihan mo? Ang daming tumutulong sa inyo. Anong ginagawa nyo? Pagtalikod, duraan nyo yung likod nila. Okay. So, hindi itong place. This is not the place you can sleep, you can eat, and then just do your own thing. Ano? If you're focused upon that, hindi ka nakakaalis sa mundo na yon, then you're not making progress in your relationship with Krishna. Then somewhere along the line, you're lost. Parang yung person, nasa kulungan na, ilalagay pa sa Bartolina. I've seen so many people who did not take advantage this opportunity and they just threw it away. They never entered that world. How can we enter that world? By the holy names itself. Is it clear sa inyo? Harinama, Harinama, Eva Kebalam, Kolowa Nasteba, Nasteba, Gatiranyata. In this age of Kali Yuga, there is no other alternative. There is no other alternative. There is no other alternative. But this situation wherein we can embrace Krishna is given to us by someone who loves us, the devotee of Krishna. And when we say offer obeisances, it's not just a ritual you do, you bow down to the... No, it's a meditation you should be engaging in, doing every day. Because the more you are offering obeisances, you're in this prayerful mood to be connected, to do what is pleasing to God, the more you are sheltered and free from this material world. So pag nagsasuffer ka, magulutak mo, ibig sabihin wala ka sa mundo na yon. You are resistant. You are a rebel. You know, you don't care. Yeah? Parang yung nangyari, dito kayo. Lagi kayong pinagsasabihan. Ganito gawin, ganito gawin. But because you're desire-driven, hindi nyo nakikita. Kaya you are not taking advantage of the opportunity to connect your life, to be able to really experiencing what is obeisances. That's why you're not able to enter the third prayer of Lord Chaitanya. One can chant the holy names. When you're chanting the holy names, it is a connection between your love, your life, and embracing Krishna because He's embracing you. But you're not in that state because you're desire-driven. You know? So, how to become free? Chant the holy names. If your hands are dirty, you need a cleansing agent, water. So when you chant the holy names, it enters your ear, purifies your heart. And when you listen to the instruction of the spiritual master, which is based upon their mercy, their love, unconditional love, it touches your heart. Makita mo, wow, someone who loves me, who is always accompanying me. The Lord within the heart now is outside as my Gurudev. So who gives you that vision? Krishna. So if you're sincere, you're sincere. You may be in a never land like Kibawe, synonymous with Zimbabwe in Africa. You know, you'll succeed because Krishna knows your heart. Krishna will guide you because Krishna tells us, saints are my heart. They're always thinking of me and I'm always thinking of them. So it's a relationship that is transcendental to this temporary material world. It is your obeisances in meditation. Kaya you can chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Your mind now glides to that world. But if you are not making progress, your mind will resist because it's directed by the modes of material nature, by lust. So when you become purified, you can see the effect. That your mind, your heart, everything glides towards Krishna, please protect me. And that is protection, is His love. Krishna wants us to take shelter of Him. But the mind, the false ego, when it is contaminated, there's resistance. And the influence of association with those who are not devotees of God, who don't want to serve God, but do their own will have a great influence for you. Because you're a servant of the senses. And they're there so you can scratch one another. Okay? Intindihan nyo? Okay. So yun yung ano natin. So Lord Chaitanya came here with all His disciples. When the Panchatattva, it's Lord Balaram, Mahavishnu, Lord Brahma, all the great devotees, they came to assist Lord Chaitanya, to give pleasure to Lord Chaitanya. Great personalities. Lord Brahma, our Father, the Creator. Okay? Haridas Thakur, Narada Muni, Mahavishnu. Okay? They assisted Lord Chaitanya, so Lord Krishna will be pleased to assist us, to help us to go back to the world of love and devotion. Is it clear sa inyo? Now, if you're stupid and a moron, then you just throw it away. You become servant of your senses. May kasabihan, it's very hard to give guidance to someone, okay, who has his own will. And if the conditioning of your will is the modes of material nature, then you have a problem. You're gonna rot in this prison house. Okay? Because you identify with this rotting body. You'll be very fearful, you're very empty. So the devotee is someone who offers his obeisance. That's why the teaching of Christianity is not about joining. It's not about righteousness, that they're saved. It is the surrender of Lord Jesus Christ. Love the Father with thy whole heart, thy whole mind, thy whole being. And when He is leaving this world, crucified by the demons who murdered Him, He's praying, my dear Father, let this cup pass as you will. Into thy hands I commend my life. And because of his meditation in loving service, he's able to be very compassionate to those people who murder him. Walang retribution. Alam niyo yung retribution? Kagaya natin ba? Pag karmahan ka, gabaan ka. Okay? Naaman ang Ginoo para mubayad ka sa imong mga sala. Okay? Hindi ganon. It's a world of compassion and love. Father, please forgive them for they don't know what they're doing. Okay? Kaya lang, nandito kayo. Hindi pwedeng, alam nyo, this is the temple of God, okay? The program is about the transcendental science, okay? So you don't let pigs come in, okay? Now, galing tayo sa labas, ang dami nating material consideration, we are influenced by Maya, and then you're here, you cannot live like a pig, okay? Kasi mangyayari nun, you will be wrestling and embracing with those who are trying to make effort to offer their obeisances to Krishna. And if you're very influential and contagious, you're so diseased, in a diseased condition, and then you associate with those individuals who are making effort, you disturb him. Okay? Ayaw nilang maging baboy. Kaya wag natin silang babuyin. Intindihan mo? Intindihan mo? Is it clear? So if you don't, it is a warning, but you will be in that world of darkness. It's not a curse to you, but you have to make a choice to be offering your love in obeisances, or you do your own will guided by the modes of material nature in selfishness and become servant of the senses and be in this dark prison house, blinded by lust. Yun lang naman. Naintindihan niyo? Is it clear to all of you? So, make the right choice. Kasi time is moving, okay? You have no guarantee that any time that you'll be here, okay? Lahat ng plano nyo, you have no guarantee you'll succeed. But if it's about material life, it's about perpetuation of your eternality in this body, then you're a failure. Hindi pa nag-umpisa ang laban, talo ka na. Huh? Hindi na mo? Hindi ka pa nag-umpisa, talo ka na. So lahat ng pangarap mo, nang nagsimulang pinanganak ka rito, pumasok ka sa school, economic development, survival of the fittest, to live eternally in this world, in this body, tapos na. Talo ka na. You're doomed. Hindi ka makaalis sa kulungan na to. So the spiritual master teaches us to offer obeisances because he himself is completely surrendered and loving the Supreme Person. Through association with him, the words that comes out of his mouth, from his lips, touches the core of your heart because it's not different from Krishna's love. Lord Krishna tells us, saints are my heart, and I'm always thinking of them. They're always thinking of me. So that should be our focus. So chant the holy names. Haribol.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa Namine, Gora Karuna Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Krsnaya Te.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa Namine, Gora Karuna Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Krsnaya Te.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Chaitanya. Everybody sing that. Haribol, 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 Haribol. Bhajan Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vatsante Gaura Vrinda. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Haribol, Haribol. Everybody sing. Haribol.
Madana
Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa Namine, Gora Karuna Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Prestayate.